What if you are earning more money than you did 5 years ago, but somehow you feel poorer? Your salary increased, your expenses increased, your bills increased, your rent increased, your groceries increased, and somehow your savings barely moved. This is the financial reality facing millions of middle-class families today. They are working harder. They're earning more. They are taking on more responsibilities, but their financial progress feels slower than ever. And here is the uncomfortable truth. The problem is not always that people are spending too much. Sometimes, the entire financial system around them is becoming more expensive faster than their income is growing. The middle class is being squeezed from both sides. On one side, the cost of living keeps rising. On the other, wealth continues to accumulate faster for people who already own assets. The result? Many people are working harder, but building less wealth. And this is why the middle class is getting poorer every year. Not necessarily poorer in income, but poorer in purchasing power, poorer in financial security, and poorer in ownership. In this video, we are going to break down exactly what is happening, why traditional middle-class advice is no longer enough, and what financially intelligent people are doing differently. Because the goal is not to panic. The goal is to understand the game. Let's begin with the biggest illusion, the illusion that earning more automatically means becoming wealthier. Imagine someone earned $4,000 a month 5 years ago. Today, they earn $5,000. That sounds like progress. And technically, their income increased by 25%. But what happened to everything else? Rent went up, food went up, transportation went up, insurance went up, healthcare went up, education went up, entertainment went up. Even basic services became more expensive. So the important question is not, did your salary increase? The important question is, did your purchasing power increase? Because income is only one side of the equation. Your financial life depends on the gap between what you earn and what your money can actually buy. If your income rises by 5%, but your cost of living rises by 7%, you are technically earning more money, but financially falling behind. This is why people can receive a raise and still feel like they are losing. The number in their bank account is bigger, but the value of that money is smaller. And this creates one of the most dangerous financial illusions. You feel successful because your income is rising, but your wealth is not. A salary increase sounds good, but a raise does not automatically improve your life. Because what matters is not how much more money you earn, but how much more money you keep. Let's say your salary increases by $500 per month. That sounds like an extra $6,000 per year. But then, your rent increases by $200. Your groceries increase by $100. Your transportation costs increase by $80. Your insurance increases by $50. Your subscriptions and other expenses increase by $70. Suddenly, that $500 raise is almost completely gone. You received more money, but you did not gain much more freedom. This is one of the biggest reasons the middle class feels trapped. Every financial improvement is immediately absorbed by a new expense. A raise creates a bigger lifestyle. A bigger lifestyle creates bigger bills. And bigger bills require an even bigger salary. This creates a cycle. Earn more, spend more, need more, work more, and repeat. The problem is that many people confuse a more expensive lifestyle with a better financial life. But a better financial life is not necessarily about having more things. It is about having more options, more savings, more ownership, more flexibility, and fewer financial obligations controlling your decisions. This is where the wealth gap becomes even more important. There are two different financial games happening at the same time. The first game is the income game. You work, you get paid, you spend, you repeat. The second game is the ownership game. You own assets. Those assets generate income. Those assets may increase in value, and that growth can create even more wealth. The biggest difference between many wealthy people and the struggling middle class is not always intelligence. It is ownership. When prices rise, people who own productive assets may benefit from that growth. But people who own mostly cash may lose purchasing power. When businesses grow, business owners can benefit. When property values increase, property owners may benefit. When companies grow, shareholders may benefit. Meanwhile, someone who depends entirely on a paycheck may only receive a small salary increase. This creates a dangerous divide. The middle class is often working to pay for assets owned by someone else. Rent goes to a property owner. Interest goes to a lender. Subscriptions go to companies. And consumer spending creates profits for businesses. There is nothing inherently wrong with any of this. But financially, you want to move from only being a consumer to also becoming an owner. Because ownership is one of the most powerful ways to participate in economic growth. Another reason the middle class is getting financially weaker is that debt has become normal. Credit cards, car loans, personal loans, buy now, pay later plans, mortgages, student loans. Debt is everywhere, and debt can be useful. The problem is not debt itself. The problem is debt used to finance a lifestyle that your income cannot truly support. A person may appear wealthy because they drive an expensive car, live in a beautiful home, and constantly buy new things. But appearances can be misleading, because the real question is, how much of it do they actually own? Debt allows people to consume tomorrow's income today, but eventually, tomorrow arrives, and when it does, your paycheck is already committed. Before you even receive your income, a portion of it is already going to the bank. Another portion goes to rent. Another portion goes to bills, and whatever remains is what you actually control. This is why a high income does not guarantee wealth. A person earning $10,000 per month with $9,800 in monthly obligations may have less financial freedom than someone earning $4,000 who only needs $2,500 to live. The key is not only how much money comes in, it is how much money remains under your control. One of the most powerful forces keeping the middle class financially stuck is lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, you upgrade your phone, you move into a more expensive apartment, you buy a better car, you eat at more expensive restaurants, you take more expensive vacations, and slowly, your old lifestyle begins to feel unacceptable. This is the trap. The more you earn, the more you feel you need. And because your lifestyle grows with your income, your financial freedom does not. Many people believe the solution to financial pressure is simply earning more. But if your spending rises at the same speed, you are running on a treadmill. You are moving, but not getting anywhere. This is why wealthy thinking is different. When income increases, The first question should not be, what can I buy now? It should be, how can I use this extra income to buy more freedom? That could mean more savings, more investments, a business, education, skills, or assets that may produce income in the future. The goal is to make your income work harder, instead of making yourself work harder forever. There is another cost that is often ignored: time. Many middle-class families are not just financially stressed. They are time poor. They work long hours. They commute. They manage bills. They take care of family responsibilities. They handle debt. They try to maintain their health. And after all of that, there is very little time left to think strategically about money. This creates a vicious cycle. You are too busy working to build something that could eventually reduce your dependence on work. You are too tired to learn new skills, too stressed to research investments, too financially pressured to take calculated risks. And because you have no time, you continue doing the same thing. This is why financial freedom is not only about money, it is also about control over your time. A person may earn a high salary, but if they must work every hour to maintain their lifestyle, they may still be financially vulnerable. The goal of wealth is not simply to have more money. The goal is to create more choices, more control, and more time. For generations, people were taught a simple formula: work hard, get a good job, save money, buy a house, retire comfortably. For some people, this formula worked, but the financial environment has changed. Today, working hard is still important, but hard work alone is not enough because income has a limit. There are only so many hours in a day, and if you are paid only for your time, your earning potential is limited by the amount of time you can sell. This is why the most important financial question is, how can I increase the value of my time? Instead of only working more hours, can you develop a skill that pays more? Can you create something once and sell it many times? Can you build a business? Can you own investments? Can you create systems? Can you use technology? Can you build an audience? Can you create intellectual property? The goal is not to stop working. The goal is to stop relying on only one source of income, because one income stream creates vulnerability. Multiple income streams create options. The middle class does not need to stop enjoying life. The solution is not to live miserably. The solution is to change the order of priorities. Many people follow this pattern. Income comes in, bills get paid, lifestyle gets upgraded. Then, whatever's left goes toward wealth building. But financially intelligent people try to reverse the process. Income comes in. They protect a portion. They invest in assets. They improve their skills. They build businesses. And then they spend what remains. This simple change can completely transform your financial future, because the average person asks, what can I afford? The wealth building person asks, what can I own? Can you own part of a business? Can you own investments? Can you own digital assets? Can you own intellectual property? Can you own skills that increase your earning power? Can you own something that produces value even when you are not actively working? The world is increasingly rewarding ownership, and the people who understand this early may have a major advantage. So, what can you actually do? Here are 5 practical principles. Number 1. Track your purchasing power, not just your income. Ask yourself, is my income growing faster than my essential expenses? If not, you may be falling behind even with a raise. Number 2. Avoid lifestyle inflation. When your income increases, do not immediately increase your expenses. Give yourself time. Let the difference become savings, investments, or ownership. Number 3. Build an emergency fund. Financial emergencies can destroy years of progress. Cash reserves give you breathing room. Number 4. Increase your value. The fastest way to improve your financial situation is often to become more valuable. Learn skills. Improve your communication. Understand technology. Study business. Develop expertise. Your income is often connected to the value you can create. Number 5. Buy assets before luxuries. You do not need to avoid luxury forever. But if every extra dollar goes toward consumption, you may remain dependent on your paycheck forever. The goal is simple. Buy things that improve your life, but also build things that can improve your future. The real danger is not being middle class. The real danger is believing that a middle class income automatically creates financial security. It does not. A high income can disappear. A stable job can disappear. A comfortable lifestyle can become expensive. And the economy can change. The most important question is not, how much do I earn? It is, how much do I own? How much do I have saved? How much debt do I have? How many income sources do I have? How valuable are my skills? How much control do I have over my time? And how much of my money is working for my future? Because financial security is not created by looking rich, it is created by becoming difficult to financially destroy. The middle class is not getting poorer simply because people stopped working hard. Many people are working harder than ever. The problem is that the financial environment has changed. The cost of living rises. Debt becomes easier to access. Lifestyle inflation becomes normal. And ownership becomes increasingly important. The old formula was work hard, earn money, spend money. Repeat. The new formula is create value. Increase your income. Control your expenses. Buy assets. Build ownership. And create more freedom over time. You do not need to become rich overnight. You do not need to predict the future perfectly. You do not need to follow every financial trend. But you do need to understand one principle. If your money only pays for your lifestyle, you will always need to work for your money. But if your money begins buying assets, skills, businesses, and ownership, then slowly, your financial life can begin working for you. The middle class is being squeezed, but understanding the squeeze is the first step toward escaping it. If you found this video valuable, subscribe to Ethanomics for more videos about money, wealth, psychology, and financial freedom. Because the goal is not to look rich. The goal is to become financially free. Thanks for watching Ethanomics. Subscribe for more wealth, money, and financial freedom videos. Ethanomics, think wealth, build freedom.